Hello guys, welcome to your next lesson, which is dividing polynomials. Now, looking at the word dividing, some of you guys might be a little bit hesitant. We do use two techniques that you guys were taught since primary school. The first technique that we use is a short division method, and the second one is a long division method. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you guys love to use short division. However, with dividing polynomials, you will be mastering the concept of long division. Okay, so some of you guys might not have even encountered long division, so let's go through that. Let's give an example of short division first. Let's say we have 2,792 divided by 4. We know 4 cannot go into 2, which is not possible. That means we look at both numbers now. Okay, 27. 4 goes into 27 practically 6 times. So we write 6. 4 times 6 is 24. We know our remainder is going to be 3, and you would write the little 3 at the top there. Now this number now becomes 39. So how many times can 4 go into 39? 9 times, because 4 times 9 is 36. That means we have a remainder of 3. And you would write your little 3 there. And then your new number is 32. 4 goes into 32. How many times? 8 times. So therefore we know our solution for this is 698. Using the same example, we're going to try long division now. Okay, same concept. We know 4 can't really go into number 2. So we have a look at both numbers, 27. 4 goes into 27. We know it goes in 6 times because 4 times 6 is 24. To find your remainder, you practically subtract it. 27 minus 24 is 3. Now see how we would write the 3 up here, and it becomes 39. This time you would drop down this 9, and your number now becomes 39, which is the same thing here. Okay, I'll just use the same color so you guys can see, 39. All right, 4 goes into 39. So 4 goes into 39. We know it goes in 9 times because 4 times 9 is 36. Find the remainder, which is 3. Drop down the next number, which is 2. Your new number now is 32, which is like this one here. 4 goes into 32. So 4 goes into 32 8 times. Any remainders? No remainders. Therefore, your answer is 698. Now, if you guys are not confident in performing long division, please have a go at these questions here. All right? They should give you a remainder of 0. So have a go of them into your books. Moving on. So let's say we have this example here, 209 divided by 3. We're going to perform long division one more time. So 3 goes into 209. Okay. So 3 goes into 2, not possible. 3 goes into 20. We know that's 6 times. So we write 6. 3 times 6 is 18. To find the remainder, you subtract it, which is 2. You bring down the next number, which is 9. Your new number now is 29. 3 goes into 29 9 times because 3 times 9 is 27. You know your remainder is going to be 2. So we write remainder 2. Yeah? So if I was to rewrite this in terms of an equation, we know that 3 times 69 plus 2 will give us 209. So 3 times 69 plus 2 is 209. In terms of polynomials, you're probably wondering why on earth are we doing this? This here, we call that your remainder, okay? And the abbreviation for remainder is Rx. So I'm going to write my Rx here, all right? This is technically your polynomial, yeah? Polynomial. We know polynomial is Px. So 209 is Px. Another name that we would call this is the dividend, because this is the number that's getting divided by, the dividend. This one here, 69, is your answer, technically. All right, so then what quotient means divide. To find the quotient, to find the answer, we call this the quotient. And abbreviation of quotient is Qx, because it starts with Q. So 69 is Qx, and this number here is your divisor. Okay, divisor kind of sounds like advisor. Okay, so we're going to abbreviate it as AX, and that's that. So we basically have written this numerical equation in terms of a polynomial equation. Yeah? So we're going to box this around. That's something you guys really need to know. All right. So we're going to do a question. Let's say you want to divide Px, which is this algebraic expression here, by Ax, x minus 3, then write it in the form of Ax times Qx plus Rx. Now, before we perform it, okay, there is one really important rule you need to know when you're dividing polynomials. You need to check that the powers are all present in descending order in Px. All right, what this means is, if we have a look at this one here, Px, okay, we can see the power of this is 3, the power of this is 1, and the power of this is basically nothing. But we're missing a power of 2, yeah? So if I was to rewrite my Px, because you need to have all the powers there, we have x to the power of 3. We're missing our x to the power of 2, which is the same as 0x squared. Don't you guys agree? Then we have x to the power of 1, and then we have no x's. So that's the first thing you guys have to check. I want you guys to put a really highlighted box around this rule, because this is where common mistakes occur, and we are trying to prevent that from happening. Okay, let's get into your long division skills. So draw out your long division. Your Px is going to go inside here. All right. Your Ax, your divisor, is outside. Now, to do long division, you have to look at your first term. So x times something has to give you x cubed. That's all you need to worry about. Okay? So we know x times x squared is going to give you x cubed. So let's say it one more time. X times x squared gives you x cubed. Now, because this divisor is 2 terms, we're going to say, so x times x is x cubed. X squared times minus 3 is minus 3x squared. Like long division, you want to find your remainder, so we're going to subtract it. This cancels out. Then we're going to have a look here. 0x squared minus 3x squared is going to give you 3x squared, a positive 3x squared. Like long division, we are going to bring the next term down, minus x to the power of 1. So looking at your first term again, x times something has to give you 3x squared. Okay, so we know x times 3x, a positive 3x, is going to give you 3x squared. So x times 3x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 3 is minus 9x. You're going to find the remainder, so we're going to minus it. That cancels out. Minus 1 minus 9. Minus and minus gives you a plus. So minus 1 plus 9 is 8x. Alright? And then we're going to bring down the next term, plus 4. Alright? So the next one is going to be x times something has to give you 8x. And we know that x times 8, I'm just going to use a different color so you guys can see, x times 8 is going to give you 8x. 8 times minus 3 is minus 24. Find the remainder, subtract it. That's gone because 8x minus 8x is 0. We know 4 minus 24 is 28. Now you want to rewrite it in terms of polynomials. So therefore, we know that this times this plus your remainder is going to give you your polynomial. So let's write it down. We're going to write your quotient, x squared plus 3x plus 8 times your divisor, so x minus 3 plus your remainder is going to give you your polynomial. Now we don't have to write 0, you can completely ignore it, but you can write the 0 if it helps you. And that is your answer. Cool. Now some of you guys might be pretty confused because long division is hard to process. So let's do one more example before you head on and try your questions. So let's have a look at this example again. Always check for your powers. So we have a power of 3, power of 2, power of 1, and we know it is all descending, all the powers are there, so we don't have to add anything in. So let's get dividing. So your px goes in here. Your divisor is outside. Okay. Now, first one. X times something has to give you 2x cubed. And we know x times 2x squared is going to give you 2x cubed. So that's that. 2x squared times 3 is plus 6x squared. Find your remainder. That cancels out. We know minus 1x squared minus 6x squared is minus 7x squared. We are going to bring down the next term, which is positive 3x. Okay, so the next one is x times something has to give you minus 7x. And we know minus 7x times x is minus 7x squared. Minus 7x times positive 3 is minus 21x. Find the remainder by subtracting. That cancels out. 3x minus 21x is 24x. Then we bring down the next term, minus 1. Have a look. X times something has to give you 24x. And we know positive 24 times x gives you 24x. Positive 24 times positive 3 is going to give you 72. Find your remainder. That cancels. Minus 1 minus 72 is minus 73, and that's your remainder. So we want to rewrite this as a polynomial. We know that this times this plus this is your polynomial. So let's rewrite it. Your quotient. So we have 2x squared minus 7x plus 24 times by your divisor, x plus 3, plus your remainder, which is minus 73, is going to give you your polynomial, your dividend. And that is how we divide polynomials. Thank you, guys.